All right, I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. And we're gonna start it on 1.4. This will be the only lesson for today. Okay, so it is the domain and range. It's something we've done already. Okay, so we're just kind of expanding on what we've learned. All right, so first one. Okay, we're determine the domain and range of the following. So we're looking at the graphs, and we're determining the domain and range. Okay, so we always start with XER and YER. And then from there we get to see if there are any restrictions. Okay, so the first one is a linear function. Okay, so we have it continuous up to the right and we continue down to the left. Okay, so this is the easiest one. What would our domain be? What would our domain be for a linear function?
Just that, XER?
Yeah, exactly. So it's just XER, and our range is the same thing, so YER. Okay, since it's continuous both ways, there aren't any restrictions on the linear function. Okay, so in most cases, linear is XER, YER, unless it was a real life question. But in this case, it's continuous both ways. Okay, so secondly, we have a quadratic function. Okay, so we're going to start with XER, and we'll start with YER. I don't know if you guys can see this properly, but this is, the vertex is at -3 for the Y value. Okay, what is the domain for a quadratic function? Domain for a quadratic function. Anyone?
Y.
Domain.
Okay.
Yeah, as well, XER, that's correct. So all quadratics are XER. Okay, so all are negative x values, all are positive. So every x value will hit the graph at some point. Okay, so it's all our negatives, all are positive. And now our y values. So our range.
It has a limitation that y is less than 3.
Okay, close. X is less than
-3, sorry.
-3. Okay, adding one little more part.
Less than or equal to
Equal,
-3?
exactly. Okay, so less than or equal to. I think Nick had, it's not greater than, it's less than. So y is less than or equal to -3. Okay, so this is our highest point. Okay, so it's all our y values under -3. Okay, we don't have any values going above -3. Okay, so XER for a domain, our range YER, and such that y is less than or equal to -3. Just give you guys a minute just in case you are trying to copy this out. All right. Okay, so now we have a horizontal line, and it goes through, this value is 4. So domain again, XER, arrange, YER. Okay, domain here. Domain here. What X values do we have?
XER.
Okay, yes, XER, but then we have X values from here to here. Okay, we don't have any arrows at the end, so they're not continuous. Erase this for a second. Okay, so at this point here, this is where X is -5, and this is where X is +6. So our X values go from 5 to +6. So how do we do that again? We put the X in the middle, your lowest value on the left, your highest value on the right. Okay, and then your arrows go the same way, right? So X is less than 6, but greater than -5. Okay, but I don't know if you can see it from there, but on this line it has, and it's purposely done. If you look at the circle here, it's open, it's called, okay? It's not closed, where this one is closed. Okay, so this is an open circle, this is a closed circle. Okay, so we colored this one in, but we didn't do to that one. Anyone want to take a guess as to what the difference would be between an open and a closed? Okay, so the difference is when it's open, it's not including that point. When it's closed, it includes it. Okay, so when we have from 6, we're going to put the equal to here. Okay, so we don't put the equal to on the -5 since we have an open circle, or what will you learn next year is called a hole. Okay, so X is greater than -5, but less than or equal to 6. Okay, so this one gives you the equal to. This one does not include it. Okay, now our range. Okay, what Y values do we have? What Y values do we have? We said it. Leah, 4, that's correct. So it's just one value for Y. It's just along this line here. It's all Y equals 4. This is -5 and 4, -4 and 4, 0, 4, 1, 4, 2, 4. So it's all 4s here. Okay? So so you can write it 2 ways. If you do YER and then Y is equal to 4. Okay, because since it's only one value, or what the back of the book does, they just write 4. Okay, so you do YER and then Y is 4 because it's only one Y value that we have. Or you can write it like this, the back of the book has it as just the bracket and 4, meaning the only Y value we're using is 4 here. All right, D. Okay, f of x equals 2x squared plus 3. What type of function do we have here? What type of function?
Quadratic.
Yes, we have a quadratic. Is that Luke? Okay, so we have a quadratic because we have the square. Okay, so going by what you guys know in the past, the 2 is just a stretch or compress, so it doesn't move the graph at all. But does anyone remember what the 3 does?
It moves it up and down.
Say that again.
It moves it up and down.
Yep, good. So if it's plus 3, it goes
Up.
up. Good. So it's going to go up 3 units. So a quadratic, which we learned, the parent function starts at 0, 0. But now we're moving it up 3 spots. Okay, so a positive 3. Okay, again, we'll touch on graphing in the next couple sections, but just do your best to do like a kind of a rough sketch to see where the graph is. Okay, so our domain, so quadratic again, is XER. And now our range, YER. And now our lowest value is 3. So we're using all the Y values above 3. So all our Y values above 3, so Y greater than or equal to 3.